What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. Bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. It is going to be beautiful. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be hot. And I'm going to make today's video really short and sweet so we don't have to go through all the rigmarole of everything. But because everybody wants to know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And here's what I would say. Here's what matters most. The month is going to close in 1 day and 9 hours. It will be the end of April. And with that monthly closure, what I am looking for is any kind of a closure below 40,000 bucks. And I do believe that will send targets down to about 25, this green 55 exponential moving average. And that might play out over a few months, 6 months. I don't know how long it's going to take, but typically, that is the signal that you break below the yellow 21, and that's pure green light. But that is what I'm looking for. Now, to pair that back onto some of the lower term time frames, take some of the drawing tools off here. Let's throw it up here on a 4 hour. And here's what I am looking at right now. So this consolidation right here. And yep, if we can get a 4 hour closure back above 40,000, call it 41,000, I'll be looking for a move back up to 43 or 42.7. This blue line right here. And what do we have here on the momentum? Momentum just crossed down and will not cross up unless we can close back above 39,796. We got volatility low. And this bearish candle that just got thrown up here, pretty low volume, but that's a bearish continuation candle. So what could I expect in the short term? Oops. Let's see. Short term, I'm looking for, I guess I'm going to have to redraw it out. Gosh, that's annoying. All right. So maybe a bounce up to the 618 at 39,700. Do we have any divergences playing out here? Let's see. We are making, there was that play of divergence. Okay. So we really don't have any divergences playing out. RSI is making lower highs, higher lows between those points. Yeah, so no real divergence playing out yet, but I do imagine the higher term time frames are going to take over in this instance. If we look at the daily here, the daily is rejecting the 9 exponential here. And we did say yesterday, look, we'd have a bear trap confirmation with the daily closure back above 41,000. We did not get that. We tested the yellow 21, rejecting it alongside the stock market coming down. And honestly, I'm a little more bearishly postured here, but really what matters is the month. A lot can happen in 2 days for Bitcoin, of course. And, any kind of a daily closure back above, call it 42,000. I'm looking for 44.5 to get hit. 44.5 breaks. I'm looking for 50,000. Okay. To the downside here, I do believe that it looks like we're heading down towards about 37. If that breaks, next stop is going to be about 34.5 right here. So I'll just move that line up to there. And then we'll judge it from there. So why is the market going down? Well, NASDAQ. Traditional markets, we just made the lowest low since May of 21. That was coronavirus dump time, I believe. No, that was March of 2020. So May of 21. So lowest low we've had in a year. And we are riding the 9 exponential to the downside here. So really, any kind of a daily closure back below this line, the next stop is going to be 12,200 for the NASDAQ. And I do imagine next week, if they raise rates a half a basis point, that's the other thing, not only the monthly closure, but the inflation going on, interest rates going up. If they raise rates 50 basis points next week, I don't think that's going to be good for stocks. And I probably think the dollar is going to, continue to rise, rise. But we are looking like we did hit a little bit of a top here. And I would imagine the dollar comes down to at least $1.02 based off this daily signal here. We got to tick below this low. So NASDAQ, S&P looking droopy, right? Almost the lowest low on NASDAQ and, on S&P. I think we're about the same there. But, yeah, next target down, 38.45 if we can break this on a daily closure. What else do we have here? Do I see any divergences playing out from this point back here? That would be our saving grace right here. And really, I think that's too far back on the daily for that divergence to play out. Earnings reports coming out. I think Google came out worse than expected. I really didn't follow too much of it, but you can see the stock market is bleeding away here. And that's playing into Bitcoin's price action. So back onto Bitcoin. And I would say that as long as we are closing daily candles really below 41,000, then more bearishly biased, looking for 37 and then 34 to get hit. If we can close the daily back above, again, 41,000, next shot up to 44.5, and then that'll be make it or break it time. I do believe, when's the 5-day closure? Coming up in 1 day and 9 hours. So that'll be closing the same day as the monthly. And we've got the Stokes pointed down, and all we are looking for is expansion. So this to get above the exponential and above the 20 percentile, and that would very, very likely lead on to a 45% move in either direction. So what would that look like? 45% down from here, which I would actually measure it from there because that's when we, or maybe from right here. So let's see here, 45% down from where we're currently trading pretty much. 45%, yeah, that comes right in line with that $25,000 level, which is the level on the monthly time frame for the green 55, not on this chart because it doesn't have enough price action history, but on the BLX index, you can see that is coming in right there at 24.5. So again, monthly signals can take a couple months to play out, and doesn't mean we can't get a backfill next month and head back up to 44.5. But typically, that's what you're looking at with this type of formation. I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to be more conservative, you'd wait for a monthly below 33,000, or you could call it 35,000. That'd probably be good enough for me. But keeping a close eye on this monthly closure coming up in the next day. Now, here's one of the caveats here. The monthly closure for CMEs is going to be today in about 5 hours. And I do believe if CMEs close anywhere below 40,000, very, very likely this momentum continues to the downside. And if we start to see volatility expand, that is not going to look good for the bulls. Now, if you're a bear, you might be laughing to the bank. Other than that, fear and greed index coming in here at a 23. So in the fearful zone. Open interest is at 12.5 billion. So not really ticking up yet. And the leverage ratio is still at all-time highs. So big move coming. Now let's talk about the upside. The upside, the bear trap scenario on the daily time frame, which we are pinned on the floor there and will cross down with any kind of a closure below 38,500. Right now, it looks pretty sloppy there, and we're currently crossed up, but just barely. So what does that mean for the daily time frame? Let's get back on to spot price action, and again, we're slightly crossed up here, but angled down. So, the hope the hope would be, again, a daily closure back above 41,000. That's what we need. That's the line in the sand. That is what we need. And I would call a bear trap and say, hey, look, we're probably going to hit 42, 43, and then make our way up to 44.5. But for the people looking to get a market entry, you might have the opportunity to get in at, 34,000, maybe 30,000. You don't want to be too greedy on those market entries. But again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just trying to give you an idea of what I'm looking at here today. Let's just take a look at Ethereum here. Ethereum looks droopy. Looks like it wants to come down to 2,500. If we can get a daily closure back above, I'd call it 3,300. And I'd be looking for, possibly that $3,800 target to get hit. Let's bring it on to Luna. Luna looking droopy here too. Looks like it wants to come down to about 76 on the daily time frame. We did have momentum just crossed to the downside. We got volatility at extremely low levels. So could we trade sideways and, get back above? Again, we've been talking about this. Luna needs to get back above 102, which is going to be our 618 fib, I believe, off of this retracement. Yep, 102 is the level, and I'd be calling bull trap or bear trap and party back on to new all-time highs. That would look very, very nice. Let's take a look at Aave. Aave coming down, and I would say, yeah, any kind of a daily closure below, call it 157, below, or call it 154 to be more conservative. And I'm looking at a move down to about 129. And then the question is, can we make another higher low or not? But right now we got lower highs, lower lows, and a stock market that is bleeding out right now. Bleeding out all the gains from yesterday. They're getting wiped out almost. And that is not looking good. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Shooting up here, as I do imagine, when the markets are free falling, typically Bitcoin dominance goes up. There's an exodus out of altcoins into Bitcoin. Now, Ape, another one I've been keeping a close eye on here and getting a little toppy here. Looks like to me there was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. Yesterday, they announced they are going to auction off their metaverse land tomorrow. So typically those are those buy the rumor, sell the news type of events. There's zero price history on this almost. I mean, this thing just got started in March of 2022. So if you're trading this one, you're looking at a 4-hour, and the 4-hour just closed. Let's see where a potential bear trap could come in, probably around 25 bucks. As long as we're below 25 bucks, I'm going to be looking for targets down to about $20.83 first, and then $18.50. It could go lower from there, but let's take a look at it on the hourly time frame. Are we creating any divergences? So typically, we're looking for some bullish divergence here. And what do we have? Whoops. So where are we going to cross down is the question. Where are we going to cross down? Below 2144. So any kind of a hourly back below 2144. And I do imagine the bottom side of the range gets hit at, actually, I believe the next level gets hit at 1971. Just with an hourly closure below, what is it, 2144? Yeah, or call it 2140. That would look good. And yeah, we did play out a little bullish divergence here, which is what? When price is making higher lows, but RSI is making lower lows. And that's exactly what we have right here. We got lower lows in RSI, higher lows in price. And where does that typically get you? Two drives of, is that hidden bullish divergence or regular bearish divergence? Price is making, yeah, that's hidden bearish divergence in a downtrend. Price makes a lower high, RSI makes a higher high. That is not the case. No, it's just regular bearish divergence. Hidden divergence, No, excuse me. It was hidden bullish divergence. Yeah. So that is when price is making higher lows, RSI is making lower lows, and typically that will get you, a shot to the top side of the range. Now, do you consider the range somewhere between 26 and 20, or do you consider the range between 23 and 21? That is the question. So it looks like this move is kind of already played out, in my opinion. And even though this one has been trading arbitrarily to Bitcoin's price, it's been moonshotting while Bitcoin's been going down. I do believe the bears, if Bitcoin wants to break below 39,000, especially today, I'm looking for this guy to head back down to about 2127. Let's take a look on a 15-minute. And what else on APE? What else? On the hourly, on the 4 hours. So we hit extremes on the 4 hour one time. Maybe we're going to hit extremes one more time. And that might look good for a little downside action. Remember, the 618 is where the bull traps come in. So are we at the 618 right now from this wick to that wick in a volatile market? No, we're not even close. But if you go based off of closures, we're above it. No, are we above it? Let's see. Let's make this more clear. Yep, so we're above the 618 on the 4 hour, getting a little backfill right now. And yeah, I think it really matters what happens with NASDAQ, what happens with Bitcoin. That'll play into whatever happens to ApeCoin. To me, this looks like a parabolic blow off top. And more downside to come, especially if the day closes anywhere below, this high right here. And then, especially tomorrow, if we see a tick below, $20, I'd say this thing comes all the way down to $16. But this is, again, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, governance token. They're doing a new metaverse. Everybody's going into the metaverse pretty soon. We're all going to be living in the metaverse. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But I did want to say, should we look at a few more? Why not? Okay, comp looking droopy. Looks like it wants to head down, back down to the lows, at least down 112 and that short stop, and then probably back down to $100. And again, this thing looks pretty attractive down at $100. Not bad for pretty much a major buying opportunity. Tezos, I had a measured move played out. Looks like it's playing out right here down to about 230. Off of this broken ascending triangle. We kind of retested the yellow 21 and now we're getting rejected. So it looks like this one wants to play out. What other ones are popular? XRP, I've been saying this one all month, probably heading down to 50 cents. And we just took out this wick right here. So where's the next stop for Mr. XRP? I'm going to draw some new lines here. These are my old tiny lines. I'm going to draw some big ones here. And I would say, just by ticking below there, very, very likely Mr. Ripple coming down to $53. Come on. There we go. Make it nice and white so we can see it. Now, if XRP can get back above 92 cents now, we can bring this level down. I would say more than likely than not. This is, this is looking bad. This is looking bad. It's looking droopy. It looks like it wants to come down a bit more. But where's our target? If we can get back above 91 here, next stop, 113. So pretty nice upside. Now, if we break 50 cents, or call it 55 cents to 50 cents, this thing could really get going to the downside. So this is just a nasty chart, just a horrible chart. Sorry, all you XRP fans. Ripple has not solved the SWIFT banking system problem, obviously. And yeah, that's it for Ripple. Let's take a look at Chili's. Chili's, can I get me my baby back ribs? I don't know. Chili's is, again, angled to the downside. You got the silver cross to the downside. Looks like it wants to come down to about 16 cents. Again, all depending upon Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does here today. We are currently sitting at 38,898. And that is going to play into the rest of these coins. So a lot of red on the board today, including NASDAQ down 279. So where would I call the next major move down for the NASDAQ? And I would say, let's look at a 4-hour time frame. If we got any divergences playing out. Do we? Do we have any divergences playing out? Let's see. Nope. Well, that might be. So we've got two higher lows, yet price is making lower lows, right? So that's a divergence in price. So price is making lower lows. Price is making lower lows, and RSI is making higher lows, and that is bullish divergence. So we had two drives, shot up to the green 55, and now we are getting rejected. Very, very nasty. And yeah, where is the hopium for this 4-hour closure would be like this. We need to stay above the 0.5 right here at 13,200. Any kind of a 4-hour closure back below 13,200, and I'm saying that's probably going to initiate targets down. And you can see we cross up above 13,400. We're at 13,175. So, I mean, momentum to the downside. Volatility is about to expand. And I do believe price will go in the direction of the trend, which is, look, this is a downtrend. This is a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, all the way through, and not looking pretty there. So I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. Do we want to check in on Solana? Last one, Solana on the board here, and Solana's just looking droopy just like everything else. And I would say on the 4-hour time frame, any kind of a 4-hour closure back below this guy right here, and the next target is going to be like this. Really easy fib retracement. And next target, somewhere around here at 87 bucks. I'd probably consider that a bouncy area, somewhere to get a little bit of a bounce. What about Secret Coin? Ooh, Secret Coin. That is looking very, very bad. Very, very bad. Mr. Secret Coin. I don't know how anonymous you can be when your price is going down like that, but this is not what you call a bullish chart. Okay? So I think we ran through quite a few of these coins. I just want to take a look at Cardano. Cardano. Mr. Cardano. Reporting for duty, and it looks like this thing could be in straight free fall mode. And here's what I've heard about, you know, the Cardano army and their developers and whatnot is it's like they can't agree on things. So if they can't actually get their products delivered, which they've been promising everybody, well, their chance to wipe out Ethereum and change the internet is going to evaporate. So I suggest you guys start working together as a team and, you know, deliver your product that you promised. That being said, the daily is, yep, looking a little bit droopy here. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you did like the video, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Throw us a like. That'll help out the channel. And lastly, if you do want to put Bitcoin or other cryptos in your IRA, there's a link in the description below. We can help you do that. Look forward to having a conversation with you, and have a blessed day. Take care.